of Halloween Horror Nights 32. I'm of course at my favorite place. I am at Dead Coconut Club starting the night, but I started vlogging because look at the black light right now. These are normally white, but they're glow in the dark, and so the black light is reacting, and then my earrings, I'm glowing, so had to, ooh, look at the beads too, fun. So, it is closing weekend. This is probably going to be one very long vlog over the course of Friday and Saturday night of closing weekend. Lots of friends in the fog to say goodbye to, like Jessica. Although we're not really saying goodbye because we'll keep hanging out after Horror Nights, but lots of spooky friends, lots of fun. I'll catch you guys again when I'm no longer quite glowing this much inside the gates. Into Halloween Horror Nights we go, the final weekend, tonight and tomorrow night, the final nights. Let's go see what we can find in the fog and say goodbye to all of our friends. Into Horror Nights we go. This is very, very, very quiet. 7 p.m. Blood Moon was at 15 minutes. I can just tell you right now, this park is very quiet compared to what we're used to. This is going to be amazing. Wow. So we're doing the regular line because there is no line. Now granted it's only 7:16, but the park is dead. So I figured we'll save our express for later just in case. But this is amazing. Well, hello everyone. It is now officially the final night of Halloween Horror Nights, and you may notice that there wasn't much vlog yesterday, and that's because my camera batteries were all dead. So I barely vlogged anything. Tried to film a couple clips. All my camera batteries were dead. Vlogger failed. But tonight is the final night of Halloween Horror Nights, and it's gonna be a full night in the fog. We're definitely gonna stay until 2 a.m. I am fangirling, repping my favorite thing from the event this year, which was Revenge of the Dead Coconut Club. We're gonna head into the fog. We're gonna say goodbye to all the spooky friends, some fog friends. It's gonna be a good night out there. I'm gonna try to vlog as best I can, but it's also a hectic night where I'm like trying to enjoy as much as possible. So the final night vlogs are always a little all over the place, but it is what it is. You guys have seen all the rest of the vlogs all season. You know, it hasn't been a scare zone year, but I'm gonna go out there, have one final spooky girl night, one final night with a black lipstick until it's retired, until next spooky season. But let's go in the fog and say goodbye to Dead Coconut, to my favorite houses, my favorite scare actors. I have got bracelets for everybody because this is the thing this year because Taylor Swift. So I've got my bracelets on, ready to give out some to my favorite scare actors and my friends in the fog and have a blast. So let's get in there. Success. I rope dropped it. I zoomed in. Other people, but success. I rope dropped. I got the spot. This was the corner all season. Sad to say goodbye. This is called an introvert phone break.
Jason, did you get the video I sent?
I got the slime one last time. Oh my gosh, it's the final night. The word finally got out. My aliens are celebrities. Look at the line. There's a line to meet them. I just want to say I knew them first. Oh, Coconut, it's almost time to leave. I'm so sad. To have a place like this has been my absolute favorite place to hang out all season. And no, it's never gonna be here again. I have the playlist. We have to go say goodbye to my aliens though. One final time. Goodbye, little nook. It's been the spot of many a friend hangout this year. And I will miss it. All right, goodbye friends. It's been fun visiting you all season. Have fun back on your home planet. Here's me crying. Leaving Dead Coconut. Goodbye, Dead Coconut. We're in the gates. Final night. Let's go see some spooky people. Hello. This is the final night hijinks. This is what happens. It looks so regal.
This is what happens when you're a king,
Oh, okay, okay. He's way too happy about it.
Oh! That's not funny.
Baby. Not the baby. We have stuff for you.
Brought you bracelets.
Yes. Yes, you.
Can you take them? You can?
Happy Halloween-ish. We have stuff for you too.
I brought you a bracelet
Thank you so much.
Let's hand it out. Now we're going to Universal Monsters. 10-minute wait. We're going to do standard line. Repeat this one tonight. Let's do it. It's so nice doing the houses and not having to worry about this. Is the only time we're going to get to do it because this is it. Love it. Time to do a little burb watching. Crazy burb.
Oh shit! Oh my god!
Cold souls has lain here into the depths of this jungle.
Barb is spicy.
Here is where my search for power and immortality begins. The twisting of nature and being. It is said that those who harness the power of the storm possess the
So good, so good. All right, we've been zooming. We did Monsters and we did Darkest Deal. Saw some of our favorite spooky friends. Now we're going to Last of Us. Another Monsters run. Let's walk through Jungle of Doom. And another walk through Zodiac. Woo! My lovely assistant Sarah here has illuminated my walking taco. We are on a walking taco break. Alright, well it actually got cold enough that I had to put on my flannel, so that's a thing. We've done a whole bunch of stuff, but more importantly we just did Yeti, and I got attacked by a Yeti. I survived, but there was an attack. I'd like to report an attack. But it was a blast. We're definitely going back there again. I think we're gonna do Darkest Steel again, we're gonna do Yeti again, and Monsters again. So like the 3 highlights for interactions, and we're gonna end the night with Verb, I think. But right now I'm waiting on the RIP boys to show back up, and they're gonna make me run Exorcist with them because that's what they do. So waiting for them to arrive. Well, they made me do Exorcist, and I'm so blurry. Hello?
Best house you just went through, Liz.
No, no, it was not. They made me do it.
So good.
No.
I'm sorry, Liz. I know I started this.
I know.
with
I'm
you,
so
and then
disappointed.
you lost me.
I'm so disappointed.
I'm sorry.
You, I expected it from you. I did not. Hey! It's like nothing to see here. You did. Oh, it's magical. It's magical. That's so funny. Oh no, here we go. Had to happen one more time. Had to happen at least one more time. I said, oh no, he's, oh yes. That was excellent. Hanging out in Vamp, passing out bracelets and interacting, it's been fun. And now it's cast change time. We're watching the massacre. Oh, yeah, get it right.
There's a lot of disco here, Liz.
We're gonna start repeating. We're going to Darkest Deal. We didn't use our express for this earlier, so now we get to Burn Express. Monsters a third time. We just got escorted through Jungle of Doom by Burb. Burb was leaving, but he escorted us through. And aside from the chorus of chainsaws, we can hear the final show of Nightmare Fuel all the way here across the lake. I'm by Mel's, hence all the chainsaw noises. That's wild. We saw the people lined up all the way to Harry Potter. Swarm of bees behind me. But yeah, the people were lined up all the way to Diagon Alley. We can hear them roaring across the park. I've never heard that. Even in all my years of doing Bill and Ted's, I don't think it was ever that loud. I had no idea people love that show that much, but holy cow. There is some Nightmare Fuel fanatics there tonight. I can't, the chainsaws are drowning it out for me, but oh yeah, I can hear it again. Wow. We're by Transformers. It's like a full-on concert happening over there. It's crazy. Let's see if you guys can hear it. That's crazy. So now we're booking it to Yeti. To do Yeti for a second time tonight. Currently 12:47. We're almost to the final hour. 35 minutes for Stranger Things, 10 minutes for Duel and Dragons, 20 minutes for Yeti. Oh, I can't believe we're almost to the final hour. Crazy. It's definitely not 20 minutes, so we'll definitely get to do it more than once. All right, well, we had two absolutely epic walkthroughs of Yeti. Just hand hearts, claps, some bracelets for the ones that can accept bracelets. Yeti hands don't accept bracelets very well. But it was a lot of just cheering, and they were giving hand hearts back and living their best lives because they won House of the Year. It was very exciting. And my favorite line of the event, "What the hell are those things?" An absolute blast visiting you all season. And now we're gonna finish in Jungle of Doom.
Finally, my search is over. I feel the power of the glowing skull of souls surging through my veins and giving me what I so crave. Immortality!
Yes, one final time. The final.
Immortality!
This is their final set, their final moments. goodbye, not my burb. Wrong burb.
Immortality!
Comes the final set. My burb. There he is. Oh, look at him showing off already. Oh, look at him. Yeah, he's impressive, right? All right, into the zone we go.
Here is where my search for power and immortality begins. The first step toward becoming the most powerful being in this universe and beyond.
He's like, out of my way. He can walk a lot faster than us.
My search to the enduring soul of souls has led me here into the depths of this jungle. My search for the legendary glowing skull of souls has led me here into the depths of this jungle. Create new life.
Wow, burb tornado.
The twisting of nature is the first step toward becoming the most powerful being in this universe and beyond.
Just act like you're mad. That's what I did.
Glowing soul of souls has led me here into the depths of this jungle.
I know it's nice, I don't mind.
It is said that those who harness the power of the skull possess the ability to create new.
They're drawn to the light. Yes.
The most powerful being in this universe and
Yes.
Here is where my search for power and immortality begins. The twisting of nature is but a first step toward my search for the enduring soul of souls has led me here.
Final walk. It was over so fast.
My search for the legendary glowing skull of souls has led me here into the depths of this jungle.
Handstand by to your right.
Last house of the year. This is so funny. All these people waiting to be last. I don't care, I just want to go through it again. Alright, so said goodbye to Burb. He went off. And it is 1:59 a.m. Jumped back in line for Monsters because it's right here. And Sarah just had an epic walkthrough of it while I was with Burb. So excited for one final house for 2020. Well, my final moment of HHN32 was getting a high five from the Invisible Man. It was an epic final walkthrough. We did that house 4 times tonight. Loved them. And then the cutest thing, the opposite cast was waiting at the exit because they go through the house last. But they were cheering for us, thanking us for supporting them all season because they know the last people going through the house, they're the fans, right? My heart. And I'm very green right now. This light is very, very green. But I wanted to vlog in the moment because that was so sweet in my heart. So Sarah and I have to do the very sad walk out now. Reliving everything from the night, but oh, as you guys know, I'll do a full wrap up back in the hotel room, but Halloween Horror Nights 32 ended with a high five from the Invisible Man. This part, because then it's quiet. No, not the closed though. Oh, this is the worst part. Because you're already emotional and sad, and then you come out and everything's just closed, and they put the lights on in Hollywood. It's the saddest part. Another Horror Night's over. But it was epic. Oh, not the normal park lights and no fog. No, say it ain't so. Oh, this walk out is always the saddest. But the music's still playing. The feels. Goodbye, jungle. What Sarah and I were just talking about, this is the craziest thing. So the sound effects are still playing somewhat in Zodiac right now. They've got the park lights on. It's technically 1:17 in the morning because we had the time change that just happened. So in theory it's 2:17, but we had time change. They've already got the vehicles out to start tearing stuff down. Here they come with the ladders and the things to take away the props. 18 minutes. Here they come. Wild. See, here they come. Goodbye, Zodiac. So I didn't talk about it at the start of this vlog, but tonight was my 19th night for the season, which means I hit my record. My most nights I've ever attended Halloween Horror Nights. My previous record was 17 nights in 2021. Tonight took the cake. 19 nights. It's over. And they're coming for us. The parade. Coming for the props. Goodbye, fog machines. Until next year, Horror Nights. So hello everyone. Loyal vlog viewers know what time this is. This is Liz gets back to her hotel room with the volcano there and gets emotional about Halloween Horror Nights because it's over and she spent all night saying goodbye to spooky friends. And I feel like I don't know how many people actually watch this part of the vlog, but I always go back and watch it and feel the emotions of what I was feeling at the time. So I'm gonna record it again. So it was an absolutely epic night. I don't know if it's possible for me to remember every single thing that happened tonight. We did so many different house runs. I don't even know that I actually vlogged every single house that we did. I did Darkest Steel 4 times last night, so I only did it 2 times tonight. But I got to do Yeti 3 times and Monsters 4 times tonight. We did so many hand hearts, and I didn't even think to vlog it, but I made Boo Buck bracelets, like the top pink one. I don't know if it's focusing there. The top pink one says Boo Buck, and I have a purple one. Those are the only 2 that I didn't give out. But I made, I don't even know how many Boo Buck bracelets. And then those I just gave out to characters that I don't know, that I don't have any sort of personal connection with. or some that I do have a personal connection with, but I just don't have an inside joke with. And I gave those as like a thank you for the season in scare zones and houses. Final night, handed those out to various folks. And then I had special ones that I made for friends that had inside jokes in them. So like yesterday, I gave Burb a bracelet that said Burb, and various friends inside jokes. Like I gave 2 of my Nightingales murder chicken. So, and one of them like got it and immediately was just cracking up that I gave him murder chicken. So that was very special. I love that the HHN community created that specifically because of the scare actors. Like I haven't been trading bracelets all season. Like I literally just made most of these. I have one that a girl gave me today that says magic. Gave it to me walking through the scare zone. I have one that Michael got me that says Yeti or not. And then I have one that Kristen made me that says invasion. But the other ones I made myself. So I didn't really, oh, and then of course my DiscoLiz one. So I didn't get into the little bracelet trading thing, but I was like, this is a brilliant idea to give the scare actors because they've been amazing all season and it's like a little thank you. So that was really fun giving out those all night. Amazing interactions all night. We went through cast A of Yeti's final set and we were given hand hearts and clapping for them, and they were just going absolutely bonkers wild because they won House of the Year and they were there for the final set. So they were just leaving it all out in the state park and killing it. So loved those final walkthroughs of Yeti. I may have gotten a Yeti hug and a Yeti shove. Absolutely loved those walkthroughs. The first Jungle Cast's final set, which was really fun. Oddfellow kept doing his little spiel over and over and over. And then we saw Burb come out for his final set and walked back with him. He left. And Sarah had gone to do Monsters while I was watching his last set. And she came out and it was 1:58 the first time. And I was like, oh, we can do Monsters again. So we went running back there and got in line for Monsters to close out the night. And my very final moment of Halloween Horror Nights 32 was a high five from the Invisible Man, which hard to top. But we saw friends in the fog. We saw non-spooky friends in the fog. Obviously we saw the RIP guys for a while. We got to see Jessica, Juan, and Michael briefly. Yeah, various friends. We just pass each other in the fog on the final night. Everyone's busy running. But overall thoughts on the event. The event itself, not going to go down as one of my favorite years of all time, despite the fact that I went 19 nights. You might think, Liz, that's kind of crazy. I really enjoyed the houses. I think it was a solid year for houses. Is there a single house in that mix that I'm gonna just be absolutely brokenhearted that I can't ever go through again? No. Do I have houses that I really appreciated and really appreciated their casts? Absolutely yes. A solid year for houses. Nothing that I'm like, that's gonna go into my top 10 list. Scare zones were not my favorite. I really enjoyed Jungle. I really enjoyed Vamp because of all the interactions in there, but just not my year for scare zones. As you can probably tell from my vlogs, I am normally a scare zone camper. I'm filming those scare zones like crazy, and I just didn't really have that much to film this year that I enjoyed. So, and this is not a knock a million times over. This is not a knock on the actors. I am not trying to say anything negative about the actors. I never would do that. It's concept-wise. Some concepts are better than others, some are executed better than others, some just don't hit what you like in things, so it's all subjective. As an experience, it's going down as one of my favorite years because I had an absolute blast this year with so many new friends that I made in the past year. So obviously saw at the end of last year's vlogs that I met Jessica, Juan, and Michael as a surprise for Michael's birthday. We hung out a ton more this year and I had an absolute blast with them. I have a whole new friend group that I've met in the past year through Horror Nights, that this was my first year actually getting to hang out with them in the fog, and we had an absolute blast together all season. Like, these are people who talk Horror Nights all year round, so you know, every single little rumor or news that pops up, we all talk about it, we chat about it, and this is my first year getting to hang out with them pretty much the nights that I didn't vlog, because it's a bigger group and not everyone likes to be on camera. But that group I had an absolute blast with all season. And Sarah, who is in tonight's vlog, is part of that group, and she and I go a lot more often than the rest of them. And she and I bonded basically from the first day we met, the day before opening night. And we had an absolute blast together all season. Tonight was her 35th night, so she was there a lot more than me. But the nights we were there together, just a blast. I'm so thankful to have met her. We enjoy the event in the same way. We love to like give hand hearts to the actors and interact with everybody, and it's just been a joy getting to know her really well and become friends with her this season, and just hang out with people who are very positive and in love with the event like I am, but just there to have a good time and just be positive and enjoy it. Love that. And then of course my RIP boys, like I've known them for a long time, but we haven't really done the event together before. Like Tim and I were talking about it. We've talked at Horror Nights every year for years. Like we always see each other, usually in Hollywood. Me, Tim, and Brady would run into each other in Hollywood and have a long conversation, but we'd never done a house together. Gary and I had done houses together, but Ash and Tim, we'd never done anything like that. And we had multiple nights together with our whole crew from RIP Tour podcast, and that was a blast too. And just all the spooky friends in the fog, it was an absolute blast. And I'm just so grateful to have these friendships, so grateful to be able to enjoy my favorite event of the year with people who love it as much as I do. And I've just loved the Dead Coconut Club. Oh God, the Dead Coconut Club. I was really trying to soak up every minute there tonight, but it went by so fast. Everything is what happens. Everything, the final night goes by so fast. It starts off fine, and then all of a sudden it's like midnight and it goes by in a blur, which is why I try to vlog the end here and try to spill all my memories and say everything I want to say. But this year, going down is one of my favorites thanks to the friendships. I had just an absolute blast hanging out with all of these friends in the fog, making new friends, strengthening existing friendships, and having an absolute blast out there, interacting with scare actors, making new friends. Like, you guys know, this is my favorite thing of the year. Spooky girl getting retired, the black lipstick's getting retired until August. Last year I cried because I thought Michael was retiring. He came back. This year, he's not making any promises. He's not saying anything about retiring, so I don't have to get emotional because I don't think that was my last time ever seeing him in a house. And if it was, we had two very epic walkthroughs, my final two walkthroughs of the night. So no complaints there. It's 2 a.m. new time, but it's really 3 a.m. So I need to start unwinding and adjusting to the fact that Horror Nights is somehow already over, that somehow these 2 months have flown by. And even though I was there 19 nights, it somehow feels like it wasn't enough. And that always happens because you get burnt out in October, and then those last weeks fly by and you get perfect weather and it's so enjoyable, and you're like, oh, I could do this for many more days. The nice weather means everything. I am officially rambling. Thank you so much for watching all of my Horror Nights vlogs this season. I hope you guys enjoyed them. You know, I'll be back early in 2024 talking about the next rumors, tips, all that stuff. Thank you to everyone who said hi to me in the fog. I did meet quite a few of you. Some of you I just said hi, like passing, because we were in queues, so I didn't get to know your name or really say anything to you other than thank you. But thank you for saying hello if you did. Thank you to everyone who stopped and had a conversation with me. And thank you for everyone who's just left comments and joined on this journey with me all season, because it's been an absolute blast. You guys know it's my favorite thing to do on my channel. If I ever decide that the rest of vlogging isn't for me, have no fear, there'll still be Halloween Horror Nights content on this channel because it is my favorite thing ever. Thank you, spooky friends, all my scare actor friends. Thank you, spooky friends who just hang out with me in the fog. And if you've made it this far, I appreciate you. And until next year, it's gonna be the last time I say this. Stay safe and stay spooky. Bye.